The Motorola Razr and the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip are bringing the flip phone back. Once the dominant phone form factor in the US, flip phones largely died in the post-iPhone smartphone boom as people wanted larger and larger screens for the web and for YouTube. Last year, Samsung and Chinese firm BOE both developed foldable screens, which let phone makers start to build folding phones that collapsed into a pocket, but still opened into a big screen. The Galaxy Fold and Huawei Mate X both had their own problems in that they were still large, expensive, and fragile. The Razr and the Z Flip are the second generation. Both are vertically folding flip phones with big folding screens inside. The Razr's screen is 6.2 inches, while the Z Flip's is 6.7 inches. The Razr is a little bit spring-loaded, and you can really whip it open and closed. The Z Flip has a stiffer hinge that stays in position at a bunch of different angles. That means it opens a little more like a makeup compact. It's more flexible, but less easy to flip open and especially closed one-handed. The Z Flip is bigger and thicker, but lighter than the Razr. It still fits in a jeans pocket, but it feels a little bit chunkier. The Z Flip also feels sturdier. Its screen has a flexible glass cover, while the Razr's screen is just exposed plastic. The Z Flip comes with a case for the outside, while the Razr does not. The Razr has a much bigger 2.6-inch front-facing screen. When someone calls you, you really get notified in a big way. The Z Flip has a tiny 1-inch screen. It still notifies you, but in smaller type. The Razr has a 5-megapixel front-facing camera and a 16-megapixel main camera. The Z Flip has a 10-megapixel front-facing camera and two 12-megapixel cameras on the outside, one being ultra-wide. You can use the external screen as a viewfinder on both phones, but it's much easier to do so on the Razr. Both phones are really expensive. The Razr costs $1,500 at Verizon, and the Z Flip costs $1,380 from AT&T, Sprint, or Samsung. But only the Flip gives you performance to match that price. The Razr's Snapdragon 710 processor has some trouble with complicated games, and more importantly, it dropped Wi-Fi in our tests and had weak 4G signal reception. The Galaxy Z Flip has a Snapdragon 855 Plus processor, and it measures up to flagship phones in both speed and signal strength. We haven't rated the Z Flip yet, but signs are looking good. The Razr got only 2.5 stars, and we don't recommend it because of its performance issues.